What's up, everybody? How we doing tonight? We're back. We're cooking. We're gonna enjoy tonight. Lily, thank you so much for the 7 months. Thank you for using your Prime. I appreciate it. There's a Unity here tonight. Rinse my cup here a little bit. We'll get something else to drink here shortly. Now we'll let that dry. How we doing tonight? It's supposed to be your free day, then your dad wants to go to the mall with you. Nice. I wound up at the store like 3 times today because I kept forgetting stuff. Also, as I've done in the past, I bought another plate for tonight. I figured it'll look good. But I'll show you guys later. I'm excited. I need to stop buying plates. I think that's my last one. At least for a while. But I did. So I couldn't find any of my ramekins. I couldn't find any of my coquettes. So I went and I actually found some mini coquettes. So we have these for the cobbler later tonight. This just came off the printer. It is a steampunk styled cat from Flexi Factory. I'm actually really happy with how it turned out, how it printed, and how quickly it printed. Lots of food planned for tonight. We've got shepherd's pie. We've got some roasted asparagus. We've got dessert, which there's two varieties of the one I can use, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. It has been so long. I had to look up a recipe for cobbler because I have not made cobbler in probably 20 years or longer. No, so Thanksgiving we will be doing. I probably won't bake it myself. I will probably get a rotisserie, just because I want to hang out with you guys on when we're gonna do a Friendsgiving on Wednesday night, because I'm going to family's house on Thursday. But no, it's just a fun stream, lots of food. But I will probably use a rotisserie chicken, and we'll carve it. We'll cut it up, and we'll make fresh mashed potatoes. So one of the things about my shepherd's pie, I've been making it for years, which is why I forgot a bunch of the recipe on the actual photo I posted earlier in Discord. I use instant mashed potatoes. Come at me all you want. They're all Idaho, just dehydrated mashed potatoes. They work great. They don't require a lot of effort. And when you're already doing so much for the shepherd's pie, from making the filling to all the prep work and then baking it, it just would take a lot of time extra to prep all the potatoes. Plus, the instant potatoes are smooth. And yes, they are real potatoes. Anybody that wants to argue with me, let's go. Because I know a lot of people that will. Otherwise, yeah, so we're going to get some onion diced up here. We'll get the onions sweating down, and then we'll add some of the ground beef. We'll add some flour and some tomato paste. That'll really get vibrant in there. And then we'll add some some beef stock, or beef broth. I've got some beef broth here. And then After that's cooked down and kind of gotten nice and thick, we'll take and we'll add our frozen vegetables, which is just, I think it's peas, carrots, and green beans that are all chopped up. Just literally a frozen bag of vegetables. And then we'll cook those down for a few more minutes, make sure that that sauce has come nice and tight, because we really don't want a runny base to this, because it won't come out. And then we'll add the mixture to the bottom of the pan, which I'm hoping my pan's not too big. It might be. Because it's an 8x11 and typically I use an 8x8. But I don't know where I think I left my 8x8 at my parents' house. But yeah. So it's going to be good. I have two different recipes for the peach cobbler. One takes 20 minutes to bake, the other takes 45. And I don't know that I want to wait 45 minutes for dessert. Might be a bit long. So let's go ahead. I think this is the onion I just bought not too long ago. We'll find out. Yep, we're good. Hey Anu, how are you? So I typically don't have problems with onions and my eyes, but sometimes these white onions, it really gets to you. Just chilling with some Valheim, nice. Wow, glad you're able to make it tonight. I guess today for you. I haven't played Valheim in a little bit. That reminds me, Lily, we gotta play Valheim soon. Since I bought it to play with you. Alright, so that's plenty of onion. We don't need any more. Guess you went out with friends, so you're left alone tonight. Who has friends that they can go out with? I'm jealous. Alright, Yannick, thank you for stopping by. You know where to find the photos when we're all done tonight. If you happen to make it back, great. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day. Let's go ahead. I'll make lid on that right now. And I'm using a very tall... Absolutely hooked on this game. I know, it's so good. I got hooked on it and my server is kind of offline, so I need to play soon. But that relies on the person I've been playing with to have their server on. Alright, so we're going to do that. I don't use anything except 93.7 ground beef, just because, except when I'm making hamburgers, then I use 80/20 because I really want that fat to hold it all together. But everything that I cook with is 93.7 otherwise. Waiting for that to come up to temp. I should have started that ahead of time. The other thing is, oh, I need to get the water going. So this is where we're going to cook our potatoes. I just need to bring 4 cups of water to a boil. And we're going to be using, I love these because they just take, don't be afraid to use some store-bought ingredients and store-bought processed stuff occasionally. This is so much easier to use when you're trying to make shepherd's pie and you don't have a ton of time. Like, I don't have a ton of time tonight, and I just don't want to deal with the prep work of all the potatoes. I know I said it earlier, but yeah. All right, we won't need the cutting board much more tonight. We'll need it to do the asparagus and the garlic. But that's about it for the cutting board tonight, which is kind of odd. I do need to get more garlic paste though. I bought some chips to munch on because they were on sale. So what is everybody else up to tonight? Anything fun? Getting some good color on those onions there. I'm feeling a little spoiled because all the ground beef that I've been eating lately has been grass-fed 93.7, but I get a really good price on it, so makes it much more palatable to purchase. We'll kind of let that cook down a little bit. Anu, what's your favorite part in, like, what's your favorite, like, game mechanism or play, like, type of play? What do you like to do in Valheim? What's your favorite mechanism? I don't know what I did with my Italian seasoning. Love building. Huge house, huge portal house. Nice. We're just trying to get this meat cooked down and all those onion juices in it. I don't know what I did with all my Italian seasoning, but apparently I have misplaced it, or again, left it at my parents' house, which happens far too frequently for my liking. Have this whole picture in your head of how you want your current new base to look. Jazz. What the fuck have you done while I've been gone? Happens. Alright, little non-traditional, but I like little smoked paprika in mine. Guess we're just gonna use the squeezer. No, Wheels, I don't have enough, sorry. Yes, we've got a dessert today. I also like the bow a lot in Valheim. I don't like to get close to enemies, so I prefer hitting them from afar. That's how I am in almost every game, Anu. It's the reason I play either a mage or a warlock or some other form of spellcaster. And then in Valheim, I preferred the bow. I do too, Wheels. We'll have to play tonight. We gotta convince Lily to jump on. What's up, Shannon? In Final Fantasy XIV, you're pretty sure you pick a mage. Yep, I get it. For me, it goes spellcaster, then ranged. If I can't be a spellcaster, I go ranged. I want to add my little bit of flour first. Play on Anu's server. See this big base she's talking about? Actually, wouldn't mind having like a bigger server with more people. Be fun. Alright, so we just added some of the beef stock. While that cooks here I might need to add a little bit more. And as I was telling them earlier, Shannon, yes, I'm aware. I am using cheating on the mashed potatoes. So, we'll go ahead and move that. I'm going to add some more beef stock here. Just to give it a little bit more liquid, because I was trying to stir those mashed potatoes real quick. Straight to jail. They are real potatoes. Come at me. I also really don't want to deal with peeling potatoes and... Oh yeah, this has corn in it too, which is perfectly fine. You don't peel your... It makes it smoother. Smoother topping. Saves me time. Don't have to boil the potatoes. Don't have to cut up the potatoes. We're going to add just a tad more. broth here. I know, Shannon, I know, I'm aware. But I just didn't want to deal with it tonight. Totally honest. Half the time I do, half the time I don't. That is a nice, thick base for our stern but fair. Alright, like I said, this is a little bit bigger pan than I normally use. Got some triple cheddar to go on it. Actually, I think that'll be a pretty good level. Yeah, it is just for one tonight. We're gonna put a little bit of tomato paste there. Yeah, that should be good. I keep forgetting I bought a spoon rest. Alright, so we've got that. I'm going to put just a little bit of cheese underneath, between. I don't know where Roxy disappeared to. Just a little bit of cheese. No real reason. Just a little bit of cheese. We are just going to go ahead and get this. That's hot. Like literally hot. Really? Stream Elements? I disabled that. We are not raising money for an Ender 5. We are raising money for new knives. Alright. Thanks, Anu. I don't want to go too much cheese on this. As much as I love cheese, I don't want it too much. We're using triple cheddar. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and throw this in the oven. And then I will rotate that when we put the asparagus in. So now, got some pretty good looking asparagus here. I do the extra work of prepping everything before stream most of the time. And we're just going to take the woody ends off. So these have a little longer woody end to them than others. What's up, Tez? Yeah, towards the base of asparagus you get like a less tender bit. And usually snapping. Just finished making birria. Nice. And I'm going to save the rest of this and roast it probably tomorrow night. Birria is so good. So good. Alright, so that asparagus can go back in the fridge. We'll get rid of... Oh! That wasn't solid. Once a year, because holy... I mean, if you're going to do it right. How much did you make? One of these nights I'll have to just do a birria. Make enough for a gathering of 15. Okay, that makes more sense. And really, when you think about it, that's only $10 a person. Ooh, that sounds good too. So, I have fresh Parmesan. It's not greatest in the world, but it does the job. Now you're making me want... I'm gonna have to make it soon. I've got so much on my list of stuff to make. I've got pernil, I've got now birria, I've got it's 16 quarts. Holy crap. I'm just grating some fresh Parmesan for this. Don't need a ton because there's not a whole lot of asparagus, but I do like this grater. This is the one I just bought, actually. I need to save the rest of that because I'm making Alfredo. I'll probably have to get more Parmesan. Wheels. You're risking your sword with that. Not until after Thanksgiving. We're going to get in here and massage this garlic into the asparagus. I'm kidding, by the way. I wouldn't do that just for that. So this is the cilantro olive oil. Get that olive oil all over these asparagus. Get that garlic spread out all over it. Oh. Well then, need some salt and pepper on top of it. And now we're going to just cover this in Parmesan because that's going to get nice and brown. We're going to wait a little bit to roast this until the browning of the nice and salty. All right, so that's all ready to go. What's up, Biscuit? Now I need to remember how to make my remember, I need to grab my recipe for it because I don't remember it off the top of my head. I tried to memorize it beforehand, but I just couldn't. Too much going on upstairs in the brain. Not enough focus on this. I was going to grab some apple cider. So I'm also going to be making some apple pie moonshine soon. Yeah, so I have the recipe on screen. I just don't have it memorized. I also have it on my phone already, so I can just quickly change to that. Don't want too much of this cider. All right. So sorry, somebody was asking for Wi-Fi router recommendations, so where is it? I think this one is the one that takes forever. Yeah, this is the one that takes 45 minutes, which I just don't have time for. We're using canned peaches. I couldn't find any fresh ones. Where's the eggnog? Not yet. Okay, so 2 tablespoons of butter, quarter cup of AP flour, which I've got right there, granulated sugar, 1/8 of a cup, half a teaspoon of baking powder, pinch of salt, 1/8 of a cup of milk, which I've got in the fridge, and a quarter teaspoon of vanilla extract. How long does this one bake? This one's 30 minutes. That's okay. Hopefully, these are big enough for. Yeah, they should be. Okay. Need my 1/8 of a cup of flour. No. Quarter cup of flour. All right. That's my 1/3 cup. Probably next to the peppermint. I'm gonna have to eyeball some stuff, and that's okay. And I'm ordering new measuring cups tonight. check under the tree. Okay, so I need to get my 1/4 cup of flour here. A cup of sugar. Close enough. This is not baking, so it's a little bit easier. Half a teaspoon of baking powder, which I just bought. Your tomato soup was yummy. Nice. Did you make it yourself, or did you get it from somewhere, or what's the recommendation here? What did I do with my baking soda? I literally just bought it. Or baking powder. I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached. Made it yourself, made it spicy, needed a cake and a half. Nice. Y'all, am I going insane? Don't answer that, those of you that know me in real life. Got my vanilla. Yes, very much so. Thanks. Thanks, Lily. I am going insane. It's right here. Okay. Need a half a teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. I might have to turn this camera off again. No, there it is. Yes, I did put out the Christmas emotes. So those of you that are subbed can get the Christmas emotes. Not all of them are on. Because there were a couple that I wanted to keep. Quarter teaspoon of vanilla. Heck yeah. Get your stamina up first, though. If you don't already have it up. I just run out of everything. So I even have brand new milk. I had to make my grocery run today anyway, so that worked out. I don't want to overmix that. Alright, so... Oh, I need my pincher salt. Okay, so I'm going to bake these kind of at the same time as I do the asparagus. And then I'm going to put them on one on each side. Apparently that's it for that much butter. Okay. And we are not going to be using the lids on these. So, let's go ahead and grab a few peaches out of each of these. Since these are already in syrup, I'm not going to add more sugar to them, even though the recipe calls for it. I will probably just eat these peaches later tonight anyway. Let's be realistic about it. Alright, so we're just going to evenly divide basically a little biscuit dough there. Alright, so we can put I forgot to move my oven rack, so it is what it is. Okay, so that's all in the oven. Yeah, I think we're pretty well prepped. Hey Google, set a timer for 15 minutes. Set a 30-minute timer for the peach cobbler. Oh, so many dishes. I want to just get cleaned up so that they're out of the way. Found my quarter cup. Oh no, I already did the quarter cup. Like I said, my brain is fairly well shot. Get some hot water going here. What kind of knives will I be purchasing? I want to get the what brand were they? They were the Dow Strong, the resin series. They've got a really nice set. Or really nice knives. They run about $140 a piece. I know some people don't like them, but I'm trying to remember what. Let me pull up Amazon here. So I want to get a nigiri for vegetable. I want to get a cleaver. I need to remember which. It's the Valhalla series. So I want to get the chef and cleaver hybrid. I want to get the nigiri, and I want to get the the full big cleaver. And yeah, so the cleaver runs 160 and the other two run about 130. I've got a number of friends that use them in professional kitchens and absolutely love them. They also use the hex flat at home, which is what kind of sold me on those, and then we tried them out and they've been fantastic. On the Dalstrongs, yeah, I was kind of hoping they'd come on sale on Black Friday. Just because if there's anything wrong with them, I like being able to ship them back at no cost. I am willing to pay usually a couple dollars more, but 50% is pretty big. Let me pull that up real quick. Lily with the find over here. Oh, one day. Those Scorpion series look cool, but I don't know that I can justify it. Yeah, that Scorpion series looks pretty cool though. Eventually I'd like to get a bunch more knives, but the three that I really want to start are the cleaver, the chef and cleaver, and the nigiri, because those are kind of the three main things that I do. I also would have to get a new set of steak knives, but I try to cook steak that's buttery tender, like the New York strip the other night. I just used a butter knife on it and cut right through it, no problem. Kind of my theory is, if it's tough enough that it requires a steak knife, you either didn't cook it right, or it's a really tough piece of meat and I don't want anything to do with it. About the time we pull that, I'll pull the asparagus. I'm thinking probably that 15-minute timer, and then I'll have this ready to go to move the ramekins over onto this so they can finish baking. Let me put my onion in a baggie, get it thrown in the fridge. Shannon left as soon as she saw I was using buy a $300 set and save the money for a quality sharpening system. I have a quality sharpening system, Biscuit. I use full whetstone. These have just gotten to the point where they're not retaining an edge long enough that I'm just ready to part ways with them. I'm getting really tired of having to whetstone sharpen them as regularly as I do. So I want something that'll retain a good edge for longer. Plus those two, the three knives are totally different than anything that I have currently, and will give me a whole different grasp on things. I'm going to check. I think it was the cleaver. The Nakiri, the cleaver, and or was I looking at getting... I can't remember if there was a third one that I was trying to change it to. Knives are tools, you don't buy Gucci hammers. Correct. But if I can get one that's got a good good edge to it, that will retain a good edge, I'll be happy. Like I said, the Scorpion looks cool, but I haven't used that series, so I don't know anybody that has. There we go. Yeah, the Chef and Cleaver Hybrid, the Nakiri, and it was either the Bullnose Butcher knife or the Cleaver knife. It was one of those two that I was looking at. Lily, you remember I'm doing my D&D, or not D&D, my Fantasy Tavern. I'm working on getting all the components for that. So that's coming. I don't know that Christmas is in that wardrobe. I should probably get either a jacket or something to protect my clothing while I'm cooking, because I'm getting real tired of finding random holes or stuff all over my clothing. Bear with me, y'all. I never know who's calling, and I'm on call for work, so yeah. And because I'm on call and I can't drink tonight, I bought some sparkling peach cider. So we're gonna do that. Get an apron with a sexy body on. I'm not gonna get banned off of Twitch, Biscuit, because that'll happen. Yep. So I'm not drinking tonight. I am just drinking sparkling cider. So I figured I'd do that with dinner tonight. And then when Thanksgiving hits next week, and we're doing the Friendsgiving, I can actually drink, because my on-call ends Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. And then somebody else gets to be on call for Thanksgiving. I'm not on call for Thanksgiving or New Year's, so I'm quite grateful for that, or Christmas. I don't like that they don't include the cap anymore. They used to include any of y'all remember that? They used to include the plastic cap on the Martinelli's cider. Last time I opened one of these, it exploded all over the place, so we're not doing that again. And of course, this one doesn't go flying everywhere. How are we looking? We might be ready to come out with all that. Hey Google, cancel timer. Why did I take my glove off? I probably don't need the tray, they're not going to boil over. All right, y'all. There is dinner. I do need to let this sit for a minute or two. So it can kind of cool down and not be running all over the place. How's that looking on there? That's looking pretty good. Okay, so I told you I had a surprise for a new plate for tonight. This is the plate. Which is why I don't want it to be runny. We're going to put, here's going to be our shepherd's pie, and then we're going to do the asparagus down off of it. I'm going to put these peaches in a container so I can put them away. I'm not going to eat them right now. What you doing? All right, so all right, so there's that. I enjoy plating. This is for me. If you guys enjoy it, great. So there's the plating on it. Looks very different from my angle. Pour myself a glass of cider here. And there we have it. That turned out really good. I'm really happy with it, y'all. Photos will be in the usual spot. But we're not going anywhere quite yet. I do need to take the ramekins out of the oven here as soon as they're done. Are they looking? They're looking good. I'm going to drink a little bit of this, though. I'm not sure how to feel about the peach. I'm going to go ahead and post photos here real quick. They will be in Discord, exclamation Discord if you're not a part of it already. We probably have another 5 minutes left on the... I really want this to be done. I don't like waiting. I'm really impatient. Part of the reason why I don't bake. Yeah, I'm really impatient. And it's starting to get really warm in my kitchen, thanks to having this oven on. What was I going to talk about? There was something else I was going to talk about. Oh. So Wednesday, I'm shooting for about 6 p.m. Maybe a little earlier. Just kind of depends. Pacific time. I may get out of work early. I probably will only work like a half day that day. But I don't know. It just kind of depends. Making sure I've posted these everywhere. Yep, I think so. I'm gonna eat some of the asparagus off the other tray. Highly, highly, highly recommend the asparagus that way. The Parmesan and the garlic and the salt and the pepper. So, so good. The garlic's not going to like me later, but that's okay. So how's it sound, Lily? We gonna play Valheim later? Well, as soon as I'm done with these. Of course I had to get it. Now, as soon as these are done, hey Google, how much? Oh, sorry, we got 27 seconds left on the timer. Now we're going to broil it for a minute. Because we want these nice and brown. But I gotta be careful not to let it go too far. I think the containers told me 425 or 450 was the highest. So I don't want to risk those. I don't have a ice cream scoop. I don't think. No, I don't. I almost bought one today too. Now we got the ice cream on it. Alright, y'all. I am going to eat dinner. I'm really going to enjoy this. I will probably start with my dessert first because I want that ice cream to be good. So, let's go see who we can raid. And just playing Apex. Let's go say hello to her. Thank you guys again for being here. I appreciate it. I will be back on Wednesday of next week, and we'll be here with a Friendsgiving event. So thanks again for hanging out, y'all. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your night.